Welcome to Mishna study with Masechet Demai, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Bet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to continue on lenient laws of Demai. Over here, it's going to speak about Demai Maaser Sheni. So if we compare the Demai Maaser Sheni to other Maaser Sheni, right? We said we have to separate Maaser Sheni and take that up to Jerusalem and eat it as Demai, even from Demai. So are there any differences? What are the leniencies when it comes to this Demai as opposed to real Maaser Sheni? Okay, so הדמאי אין לו חומש ואין לו ביעור, ונאכל לאונן, ונכנס לירושלים ויוצא, ומאבדין את מיעוטו בדרכים, ונותנו לעם הארץ, ואוכל כנגדו. ומחללין אותו כסף על כסף, ונחושת על נחושת, כסף על נחושת, ונחושת על פירות, ובלבד שיחזור ויפתה את הפירות דברי רבי מאיר. החכמים אומרים, יעלו הפירות ויאכלו בירושלים. So the Demai, we said you have to separate it as Maaser Sheni. So now you have Maaser Sheni Demai, you want to take it up to you're going to take it up to Jerusalem and eat it there. Usually Maaser Sheni, we know, a person has, if he wants to redeem it, if he's redeeming his own fruits, he needs to add an extra fifth of the value. And, so if it's $100, $100 worth of fruits, he adds an extra fifth, miligo, right, from the outside, so it's 25 more, right? So it's 25 of the 125, and he has to take that money up to Jerusalem, and then he buys fruits over there. So when you have Demai Maaser Sheni, which is a safek whether or not the Am Haaretz took Maaser Sheni from it already, so we're going to say even if you're redeeming it, you can redeem it for 100. You don't have to redeem it for the extra fifth. You could redeem it for the exact value, take that value up and eat it in Jerusalem. Similarly, en lo biur, we know Maaser Sheni, you have to actually destroy the third and the sixth year. You have to get rid of any Maasrot that you had left over, right? We make the proclamation, Bi'arti HaKodesh min habayit, Maaser Sheni of Demai, you don't have to do that for. V'ne'echal la'onen, we know in general, an onen is someone, according to Harambam over here, this is interesting because he's unique over here. An onen is someone who his relative passed away that day. That entire day, he's in onen mideoraita, and at night, upcoming night, he's in onen midrabanan. Now, what's interesting, Harambam does not say. Actually, over here in this version, it does say it like this, right? But it's, again, this is how it read in the original version. I'm going to read over here. He's in onen mideoraita kol zman shelo nikbar ad sof yom kiburato. So the original version, Harambam wrote that he's an onen mideoraita. A person is an onen, right? And we know the laws of an onen. The laws of an onen not perform any mitzvot, right? As long as you're in that onen state. He's an onen mideoraita as long the first day until he buries the person. What's interesting is Harambam actually crosses that out. He erases that when he revisits his work, and he just leaves it as he's an onen midoraita the entire day. And that's how he's posek halacha also in the Mishneh Torah. Other hachamim, other rishonim actually have the view that a person's an onen midoraita only until the person's buried. Harambam actually goes over here. He's onen midoraita the entire day. We know an onen is not allowed to eat anything that's any maasrot. He can't eat maaser sheni. Right? The pasuk actually says, "Lo achalti be'oni mimenu." A person, when he's making the proclamation, he actually says, "I did not eat it when I was in onen." When it comes to maaser sheni demai, he is allowed to eat it, right? Because of the safek. V'nichnas liYerushalayim v'yotzeh. In general, perot, fruits of maaser sheni, where we take them into Jerusalem. Once we take them to Jerusalem, we're not allowed to take them out. We have to finish consuming them over there. But when it comes to demai of maaser sheni, we're allowed to take it out of Jerusalem. Also, when you're on the way, you're not allowed to get rid of any of it on the road. You can't destroy any of it. I don't know, load. You want to finish something. You want to throw it out. You can't. You can't get rid of anything on the road when it comes to Maaser Sheni. When it comes to Demai, you are allowed to a little bit if you need to. And we're allowed to, well, in general, Maaser Sheni, and not allowed to give it to an Am Haaretz. Why? Because we worry that the Am Haaretz is going to eat it b'tumah. And the pasuk actually says that you're not allowed to. Lo bi'arti mimenu betameh. I did not get rid of it through any ways of tumah. So we're not allowed to give it to an Am Haaretz. But now when it comes to Maaser Sheni of Demai, over here we are allowed because of the safek. Now, even if when you do give it to the Ha'aretz, though, there is something that you need to do, and that is you need to separate the value of that and repurchase real Maaser Sheni and eat it accordingly, right? So we don't want to lose that value because we gave it to the Ha'aretz. You're allowed to give it to the Ha'aretz, but you need to repurchase and eat that corresponding value in return, right? In Jerusalem, in Yerushalayim, as regular Maaser Sheni. Now, what about Chilul? If you want to redeem it, Maaser Sheni, Harambam writes over here that you're not allowed to redeem Maaser Sheni onto copper. If you want to redeem it, over here he seems to allow you to redeem it onto silver. So you take it, you redeem it onto silver, you take the silver, but when it comes to, but when it comes to Demai, we allow you to even redeem it onto copper. So you can redeem it silver onto silver. You can even take that, the fruits onto silver. You took that silver, you can redeem it onto another piece of silver, or you can redeem it, the fruits onto copper, and onto another piece of copper, or silver onto copper, or copper onto new fruits, right? You can redeem it onto new fruits and take those fruits up to Jerusalem. So you're allowed to constantly redeem things, right? And the Kiddusha stays on the last thing that you redeemed, right? So if you redeemed it onto these silver coins, so these silver coins have the Kiddusha, you take it up to Jerusalem and you purchase something with it over there. Now, when it comes to real Maaser Sheni, you're not allowed to redeem it onto copper. And over here, we allow you to even redeem it onto copper coins. I would just point out over here, I thought it was interesting that if you look in the Chibur, in the Mishneh Torah, Harambam actually says that he's posek that in regular Maaser Sheni, you're not allowed to redeem it onto even silver, right? Which is interesting, and it could either be that he retracted what he wrote from here, or it could be over here he's talking about the Deoraita law, and in the Mishneh Torah is also mentioning Midirabanan, it's also not allowed onto silver. So it's just an interesting, you could see the Mefarshim over there. Just wanted to point it out. Halacha is not like Rabbi Meir, right? Where Rabbi Meir says you need to go ahead and redeem it, right? You have to redeem it at the you have to redeem the fruits at the end. Chamim say no, you could take those fruits and eat those actual fruits in Yerushalayim. That's the end of this Mishnah.